Thank you. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Douglas County Parks and Recreation Oversight Committee meeting. Today is June 6th, and we will now start the meeting. Just want to ensure that we do have a quorum so that we can carry out the business of the county this morning. So I am your chairman for the Parks and Rec Oversight Committee. Do we have Gary Dukes?
Present.
Awesome. Chad Griffin?
Present.
Okay, do we have anyone from the county administrator's office? If not, do we have Commissioner Dobbs on yet? If not, when he comes in, we will welcome him, as this will be his first committee. So, but we do have a quorum to carry out business. Do we have any minutes that need to be approved from our last meeting?
Yes, ma'am, we do.
Okay, so that would be the approval of the May 2nd meeting minutes?
Yes.
Has everyone had a chance to look over those meeting minutes? Are there any updates, additions, or deletions from those meeting minutes?
I have none.
Being none, can we go by common consent to adopt the meeting minutes as presented?
I recommend we approve the minutes for May the 2nd.
Okay. All right, I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? I have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Carries. Awesome. So now we'll go on to our new business. That's the authorization to recommend approval of renewal of the agreement with Civic Plus for Civic Rec online program registration and facility reservation services in the amount of $5,346.16 to be funded from the Parks and Recreation operating budget. And Director Dukes, I will allow you to discuss this business item.
Okay. Thank you, Commissioner Carthen. This is our online, as you said, our online registration software that we use to, the public uses to reserve our classes, ball fields, picnic areas, and so forth. We've used it for several years, and it's up for renewal. I believe there was a slight increase. Chad, help me out here, a couple of $100. It went up from the last time, is that correct?
Yeah, just a little bit. I think that just comes from just the number of people using our facilities and number of people that are registering now. So just a slight increase.
Okay. So we would like for the committee to recommend moving forward for this. This is one of the best softwares we've encountered for registering the public, and it is used throughout the recreation industry.
Awesome. So is there any questions from anybody regarding this? I do have one question. How many registrants do we usually get on an annual basis to use the software? Just out of curiosity.
Dad, do you want to answer that for us?
Sure. So I can tell you that we have on the software now, we have about 16,000 folks that we can reach out to that are on the software.
Got you. So you can,
sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, so you can actually send out emails or send out blasts of programs that the Douglas County Parks Department is doing to get people interested to get them registered.
Yes, ma'am. So we use that weekly. We sure do.
Awesome. All righty. Well, I will make a motion that we move forward with putting this on the agenda for the Civic Rec online program registration in the amount of $5,347.16 to be funded from the Parks and Rec's operating budget. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? I have a motion and a second. All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same. No opposition, and the motion carries 3-0. Thank you for that. And our next discussion item will be one of my favorites, the Punkintown Development Update. And I believe that's why Mr. Forlorn is on here. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Great. How are you? So, Director Dukes, you wanna tee us up for this?
Yes, ma'am. I asked Michael to come today to kind of give us an update. Um, as you know, we encountered rock. We've been working on that rock. We worked on it for a couple of weeks, and we had such good progress that we actually kept the machine for another 2 weeks. And this is my understanding. And Michael, you jump in here if you need to, but we took the rock down approximately 4 feet, which over the entire area. So that has saved us considerable money to have to bring in a material to cover the rock. So we're making good progress. I've got some pictures I would like to show you, but I'm going to let Michael speak first about where we are as far as the amount of soil that's going to be needed and where we are on that. Michael, can you shed some light on that for us?
Sure can. So just where we were about a month ago or so is, we encountered this rock pretty shallow. We had some discussions about that, y'all remember. And what the contractor, myself, and Gary decided would be best would be, we did do some calculations. I did a redesign, regrading the site, bringing in dirt, assuming that there's zero rock removal, and we came up with a figure how much dirt would be needed. From there, me and Mr. Dukes and the contractor decided, well, let's spend some money, rent a hammer for a month, see how much we can chip away at this. Every foot that we can reduce it is well worth the expense of renting that rock hammer and saving how much dirt has to be imported. So he was renting that, like Gary said, and made good progress. And the area that we're particularly talking about there's a few locations, but the area we're particularly talking about is the parking area, which he was able to get that down about approximately 3.5, maybe 4 feet in some areas. But we still do have some import that's going to be required, but he's cut it in half, which is a big deal. So hats off to him for doing that. So I guess where we're at is now we know how much dirt we need, substantially less than what we originally thought. So, my thoughts are, you need to get a price from the contractor to bring that dirt in. As far as active progress, Gary, you probably know this already, but they're working away on the abutments for the bridge, poured footings for the abutment yesterday. It's getting, next step will be getting the walls poured, and he's working over there, which is kind of where he can work until he gets a green light to bring dirt in to finish out the rest. So.
Thank you for that. Oh, that's exciting to know that. And I'm pretty sure the residents and the others will be happy to know we don't have to truck in as much dirt as we first anticipated. So Director Dukes, what are the next steps? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, the next step is, Michael, have we made any progress with, I know there was a company that you had some discussions with, and also James. I invited James, but I think he was tied up. But we had some discussions with a company, or you did, about possibly having some material that we could transport to the site. Do you have any information on that, or where we might be on that?
Yeah, so we spoke with the development, which I'm sure most of y'all are aware of, down near off of Caps Ferry Road. This because it's so large, and there's opportunity to get the amount of dirt that we need, minimally impacting them. So James and I'm talking about the preserve guys. James did. I spoke with him first. Kind of said, "Hey, would y'all be interested in giving some dirt to the county? Some good dirt that they can use for this project?" And they said, "Yeah, we're fine with talking about it." So I hooked them up with James. James made a phone conversation to them. He kind of had the same response to James and said, "Yeah, that's fine. We don't mind doing that." They just obviously don't want to do it in a way that negatively impacts their project, but they're willing to help out. So then they asked me to come out there because I'm involved with that project as well and identify an area or areas that we could rob some dirt that wouldn't be a negative impact to them or get in the way of their operations. So I think we've identified that area. I will say that there's one, and this has been something kind of ongoing for a few weeks, and the most recent conversation I had was relatively recent. So the latest small hiccup, I guess I should say, is the area that we've identified that works for them to steal the dirt from is off of Cantrell Road, and the county has placed on them a no construction vehicle requirement on Cantrell Road. That's kind of a not technicality. It's something that I guess I need to work through with James, let him know, this is the location of where they want to give you the dirt at. The problem is y'all are telling them that they can't drive trucks up and down this road. So, what are we going to do about that? That's where we're at with it, Gary.
How much?
Does that make sense? What I just said? I mean,
yeah,
okay?
Yeah, it does. Could you tell us approximately how long you think it would? I mean, from a standpoint of the commissioners, how many loads would have to come out of there on Cantrell Road to do what we need to do?
Well, we're talking about a couple of weeks, Gary.
A couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. At least we can let the commissioners know.
And I haven't looked at the verbiage. That's why, like I said, this is relatively new. This has been a work in progress communicating with them, and I have not spoken with James since that last conversation that I had with Preserve, where we said this is the spot. So I need to talk to James, and I haven't seen the exact language that placed that restriction on them. It's just hearsay. I don't know how detailed it is. I don't know if it says no dump trucks. I don't know if it says no long-term operation. I don't know what it says. So we kind of need to get to the bottom of that and make sure that is not an issue. If that's not an issue, I think they're good to go. So.
Okay. Commissioner Carth and I will get with Michael and I'll get with James and we'll set up a meeting to get to the bottom of whatever we need and then present it to you or the board or at a work session, try to expedite the progress and see where we are, what we need to do, or what y'all would like to do with it to try to get the dirt. And then once we do that, we will get the contractor to give us a price. He's going to have to obviously rent the trucks, pay for a loader to load the material and so forth and get it to the site. So we'll first get it worked out if that's possible with the donator, and then we'll bring a price to the board for approval to get the dirt actually transported to the site. That makes sense?
It does. And then what's plan B? If we can't do, if that's not feasible.
You'll have to buy it. You'll have to purchase the material.
Got you. Okay. So we have plan A. We want plan A to work. So hopefully James can help us with that. And then he'll probably have to get with DOT to wonder why they put no trucks on that road. So good thing about it is county, right? So we get to we may get to lift our own rules when it,
Yeah, and like I said, Commissioner, I haven't read that language, so don't quote me on that until I confirm it. But the preserve, I'm just going off of what they told me, is that the county had been getting on to them for using that entrance to their property for construction traffic.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Not a problem. So we'll get with DOT and James and see if we can't resolve that. And so after we get the dirt in place, how long would it take to get the dirt in place?
I think it's about a 2-week haul operation of moving dirt from one site to the other site to get the dirt on site.
Okay. And once it's on site, you then have to pack it into the places that it's needed.
Yeah. I'm just talking about getting it there. Now there will be some obviously grading work as it's coming, but yeah, we're not talking about a finished grade in a couple of weeks, but simply the hauling operation.
Hauling. Got you.
He's making really, really good progress out there.
He really is.
Why he's not been able to do the earthwork, he has certainly been working on the foundations for the bridge and pouring, and we have some pictures here. It's easy to talk about it, but if you see these pictures, you can see the work involved and what's been done. These are the foundations to cross the creek. You can see they're massive. It took 20 yards of concrete on each side of the creek to pour these foundations. You can see the steel. I think we have a couple more shots of it. Maybe not. But that's a big deal because they had to get down to, they had to use the rock hammer here. You can see the debris around those formations. They had to lower the rock, which took a while to do that. And then they had to do the forms and the steel. And the bridge is supposed to be delivered in 2 sections. And it's my understanding it will be here by the end of the month. And they will have a crane on both sides of that creek and will lower the 2 sides onto the foundation, and then the bridge will be connected. So things are moving along very well.
That is amazing.
It really is. You don't think about, when you're talking about that's a 120-foot span. So it's a long span across that.
Yeah.
And it's really more impressive when you're there, when you're out looking at it on site.
Mm-hmm. That is going to be a beautiful shot when all of that is constructed. That's going to be a money shot right there. People are going to be just coming just to take pictures on top of the bridge.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Wow. Okay. I believe we have Commissioner Dobbs on the line. Commissioner Dobbs, are you with us?
Yeah, yes, I'm here.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. How y'all doing?
We're good. This is the Parks and Recs committee. We thought that this would be one right up your alley. So right now, I don't know how much you've heard, but this is the Punkintown Preserve Park. And so we're looking at, we've had a couple of hiccups over there to get things in place so that all of the constituents can actually use this park. So one of the things we're looking at now is the footings that have been dug to erect a bridge so that you can get from one side of the park to the other part of the park. So feel free to ask any questions and you know, don't be shy. It's our committee, so just let us know what you need and any questions that you have. We have Director Dukes and of course our Deputy Director Chad Griffin on the line. So just wanted to welcome you and let you know where we are.
Yes, thank you. We had workouts this morning with these kids, and I slightly forgot that I was coming on at 8:30. I thought it was 9, trying to be both places up here at the school. But definitely look forward to it. I've actually been down to that park before, doing a lot of work in concrete down on Punkintown Road and everything.
Okay, wonderful. So you're familiar with it.
Yes, and I'm glad to see that there's some stuff coming up. You know, getting to work on, because you know we're trying to get people out to a lot of parks. You know, some of the things that I do as far as, you know, working with the youth and stuff. taking tours of a lot of parks and stuff. So it's good to see the upkeep and the upbuilding of it.
Awesome, thank you. So Director Dukes, you've shown us the photo, which is amazing. I'm in awe, and I'm happy, of course. And so we have a plan to hopefully get the dirt from the preserve site, which I'm very thankful for if we can. And so after that, after we've gotten the bridge in place, the dirt in place, what are we looking at from there in terms of possible wrapping up of the project? Are we looking at 120 days from now?
Commissioner, I'll have to get with Mike Singleton, the contractor, but
Okay.
I really don't see, once we get the dirt in place, the bridge should be in place. Like I said, they're promising the bridge by the end of the month. So hopefully the bridge, will be in place by then.
Okay.
And then it's a matter of setting the restroom. The restroom is a intact facility. There has to be a little pre-work to put in vaults and so forth, but the building itself is self-contained, and it'll be delivered whole and just be put on the vaults, put on top of the vaults, and then we will have the picnic pavilion to be. He's already ordered it. It will be built. And then the road will be graded, and the parking lot will be graded, and rock will be put on those. And then the handicapped access trail to the bridge and the two, I believe it's two, Michael, two handicap spots.
That's right.
Is that correct?
That's right.
Will be poured, and then the sidewalk from the handicap spots to the bridge will be poured, and basically will be complete. So I don't see it being a long drawn out process really once we get that dirt in there.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for the update, and thank you, Mr. Forlong, for coming on and giving us some good news. And I'm hopeful that we will be able to work with the preserve. Thank you for getting that resource for us, and thinking about Douglas County as you're working on some projects for us.
Of course. Thanks for inviting me. I want to jump off. I don't think y'all need me for the rest of y'all's meeting.
Have a good one.
Y'all have a good one. Bye.
Commissioner Carthen, I would like to welcome Commissioner Dobbs. Commissioner Dobbs, I'm Gary Dukes. I don't think we've met yet, but welcome to the committee, and we look forward to working with you.
Thank you, Mr. Gary. I look forward to working with you all too. I have a lot of ideas and a lot of ways I feel like we can work together and just take everything to another level with community involvement with all the kids, especially the ones that I work with up at the school, going from Chapel Hill and to Douglas County High School. So looking forward to it.
Look forward to it.
All right, so do we have anything else on the agenda? Anything else that we need to discuss? I do see that we have our Dr. Gilchrist on the line.
Good morning, Commissioner Carthen.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm well, how are you?
I am good. Is there anything you need to bring us up to speed on?
No, ma'am. Just to, first of all, Commissioner Dobbs, welcome. I am Dr. Consuelo Gilchrist, our Managing Director of Community Service and Senior Services Director. So I too look forward to working with you. So welcome aboard. Commissioner Carthen, just want to publicly thank Parks and Rec, the City of Douglasville Parks and Rec, for all that we did. Was it last week before last, for our senior prom? We had an amazing time, and thank you so much. You were there from beginning to end, and we really do appreciate your support and your contributions to that event. I think all of the seniors are just filled with happiness and saying, okay, we're ready for next year. We're ready for next year. So I just want to thank everyone for what you did to make that event a huge success. It was our first prom ever. So.
You're right. Thank you for that. No, it was, I got so many people to tell me thank you. Even when I was in the bathroom, women were in there saying, thank you so much for putting this together. This is so nice. We never had one before. Some people never went to their prom. So it was just amazing for them to have that experience. So thank you for coming up with that. And thank you for persevering. I know you had planned it before COVID happened, and then you had to postpone it, but wow, it was worth the wait, I think.
It really was, and Chad was our superstar that night. So
I said Chad is gonna have so many perfume smells on him. His wife is gonna be like, "Were you really at a senior prom?"
Don't tell all my secrets.
Absolutely.
But it was amazing. The staff was amazing. I mean, senior services, the entire staff did such a great job from the tables and decor. Food was outstanding. The music was amazing. And so I'm still on cloud 10 from that experience. So I can't wait to see what you guys do next year. So
the seniors love to dance, and they love to eat, and they love to socialize. So they were in hog heaven, I'm sure.
They absolutely were. And then we got a serenade from our mayor. She sang, and I had to tell them, look, I don't sing, but I can dance. So I was on the dance floor with them. But it was a great time, and it's just again, it's a testament to Douglas County, our staff, and the quality of life events that we try to bring to people so that they can really enjoy where they live, work, and play. So thank you guys again.
Yes, and our ability to collaborate with each other and outside partners, so it all came together.
Absolutely. Is there anything else to come before the Parks and Rec Committee?
That's all I have, Commissioner.
All right. Well, being none, this meeting stands adjourned. Thank you all this morning, and we will see you at the 10 a.m. BOC meeting.